Hello and welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Bits. My name is Scott, and today we're going to talk about everything Comma.AI. So behind me, I have Kyle's Gen 1 R1T with the Driver Plus ADAS. So that means that it can help a little bit with braking and acceleration and a little bit of automatic steering on pre-mapped highways. That's very important. I typically daily a Gen 2 R1S that has advanced highway assist, so I can go hands-free. It'll automatically swap lanes for me if I turn on my turn signal. This one will not. But again, it only works on pre-mapped highways. And I live in a really cool little mountain town in Colorado, and none of my roads are pre-mapped. But I have been able to enjoy hands-free driving this week because of Comma.AI, specifically the OpenPilot software that is in the Comma.AI, Comma 3X hardware. And we'll talk about that a little bit more, but come along with me while I show you guys how cool this is. And I don't know, I wish it was available in my car. Alrighty, I've just gotten in the car. It's the OpenPilot 0.9.9 software release 3. It was sent on June 17th. And I guess we're subscribed to Comma Prime. And yeah, so I'll give this a second. And now I think when I press my brake, it should just show me the big camera in front of me. Woohoo! Amazing. Alrighty, I'm gonna get started. Okay, we are in the Walmart parking lot, and I wanna go over how I understand that Comma.AI works. So I keep referencing Comma.AI, but that's actually the company. The hardware is called the Comma 3X, which would also just be the third version of the hardware. And then the software is the OpenAI software. This specific version is 0.9.9. Now, I'm unsure if it was released on June 17th or installed in this vehicle on June 17th, but that is for sure what we're running here. I do have a background in software development, so I feel like I have pretty clear understanding of how things work technically from that aspect. But again, to go over this Gen 1, it has the ADAS system. Is it ADAS or ADAS? Does it matter? It sounds like ADAS. I feel like that's right. The ADAS system in here is called Driver Plus, so it only works on pre-mapped highways. You have to continuously keep some type of feel on the wheel, and it will not do automatic lane changes. So like if you click over, it will not just do that for you. So with the Comma.AI, I have the ability to go hands-free on roads that are not pre-mapped, which is really cool. Now, another thing that I understand about this particular system, and I asked Jordan to explain this to me. So there are two cameras. There's one that is looking at me as the driver. There's another camera, and it's a wide angle. So while this does interface with the ADAS system, it cannot see blind spots or behind the car. So we're going to test that out. I only just learned that, even though I've been driving this for like a week. And yeah, we're gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and press my brake to start, and that camera is going to show me what's up. Be ready to take over at any time. Always keep hands on the wheel. It should go without saying, but I feel as though the general population needs to be reminded. If you are using an ADAS system or any type of self-driving or assistance or anything, you need to pay attention. There are lots of things that can happen, and you would need to take over. So please use this responsibly. That's my statement. Okie dokie. So I think that it's letting me know that I'm in reverse gear, obviously. I think we should take this on a little windy back road and see just how good is it. So I did have the Model 3 before I got my Rivian. I had it for like a good month, I think. And I loved the FSD. I was able to use it all throughout here. But I do have some pretty windy roads. And what I understand of Comma.AI is that depending on the steering capability within your ADAS system and the torque, I'm learning all of these words, that will change how it drives. So how it works for this particular Rivian, it may not work for another car. All right, so it's letting me know. You can see here how fast I'm going, and then the little green thing, the green line, kind of like in Rainbow Road, if anybody here ever played Mario Kart. It's showing me. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Speed limit says 55, but it's actually 40 here. So I'm just gonna turn it on 41. Now, nothing, no hands, no feet. Look, Ma, no hands. I've got this little number here that is watching my eyeballs. It handled that really well. We have a pretty sharp turn coming up, so I'm curious how it's gonna take it. There's somebody on my bootay. Yeah, there you go. We can go a little bit quicker, but it's handling it really well. It has not gone over the line yet. It wants me to take control because the turn did exceed it. But it does not shut the system off. You just take control because you are paying attention, and then it'll take over. I haven't been here. Ooh, okay, so it didn't catch the little exit lane. That's awesome. Now, I know this turn is sharp. I feel like it's gonna tell me, oh, maybe we're going slow enough. Maybe I don't, okay, yeah, take control. Perhaps I do not take that turn slow enough when I am driving myself. Who knows? I love this place. So what we're on right now is kind of like a main parkway. It runs from one part of my town to the other. And yeah, this is awesome. So in my Gen 2 R1S, I utilize the advanced highway assist all the time. If you have not seen me in a video before, I commute over an hour to my horse every day, and the majority of it is just on a straight highway. So I really like the ability to use that. Now, it's not going to stop at this stoplight for me, which is totally fine. So I just disengaged it by pressing my brake. I could also disengage it by popping up on my little stalk here, but I'm in the habit of just pressing my brake. So let me know if that's not good or whatever. Here we go. I have also used this in some construction areas on my way to the barn. Very impressed. It does not get confused by traffic cones or people. I believe when Jordan and Timon tested it, they said that it couldn't detect people, but it didn't hit anybody. I guess it didn't recognize anybody. I am going to turn it on. Now I'm going 45, which is 5 under, but it uses the Driver Plus system here. Oh! And the Rivian doesn't realize there's a car in front of it for quite some time, so it just really sharp brakes. I don't love that. Not a huge fan of that. And I am so curious how it's going to handle this road. Oh, okay. Okay, Comma.AI, I see you. Wow. Okay, this is making me nervous. We need to slow down. How's it going to handle it? Wow. Okay. It's handling it quite well. At a lower speed, I think it can take a sharper turn. Now, it's not going to recognize that biker. Wow, I am impressed. We'll see how it does around this turn. I am ready to take over the wheel at any time, because this is Sketchorama. Actually, it's really not sketchy. It's pretty nice. Wow. Who knew? Alrighty, so there's road work. Okay, we're going really slow into this turn. It's like hugging the left one a little bit. No, don't go too fast. Okay. Wow, it is handling this quite well. I am impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and take a left here. I'm gonna take over. And we're gonna drive through town, so give me a minute. So I'm going to maybe read after I do this test and do a little voiceover about how this program learns. I know Jordan said that it was like neural learning, but how many years, you know, how many users tested this? Who was driving? What kind of roads were they driving on? I'm going to go ahead and bump this guy up. Again, this is a very, very windy road. And I've tested this all week. It's been really, really nice. So it sees the road, which is so crazy. And then the red lines are like the danger zones, I'm learning. So like if there's a, so it wants me to take control, which is fine. I'll do that. And then it takes back over control. I think it's going to do it here too, if I had to guess. Yeah. But again, I am safely paying attention. Huge fan. I don't mind that at all. It went over the line a little bit there. Okay, this is a big turn. I know it's not going to take this, so I'm going to take control. And I'm going to slow down. Holy sheesh. We're coming in hot. All right, back on. Oh, those aspens are so pretty. Gosh darn it. I got to keep this camera going too. Hopefully it sees what I want it to see. But yeah, it's taking this road really well. I'm not adding any input. I just did there because the truck was over the line. Not our truck, their truck. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty dang good. Ooh, EX30? I think that was an EX30. Love that car. Love that sound system. Volvo, nobody does it better. Okay, so danger zone, and it's gonna ask me to take over, which is fine. I did that. Now I've stopped, and woohoo, we're gonna take control again. So, would I trust this inherently on a mountain road? No. Are most of you driving on a mountain road? No. So I've been doing city driving. I don't love it in stop and go traffic, meaning if you're sitting on the highway at 5 o'clock, this is great for that. If you are kind of like on the highway and you're driving, okay, and you get up to 45 or 50 miles an hour and then everybody slams on their brakes and you're stopping, it's going to make you not have a great experience because the Rivian software just does not recognize when it needs to stop. Like I just stopped here because I know it's not going to recognize that. But I think this is a great option for anybody that doesn't have the advanced highway assist like me. And I don't know how much it costs. I should probably ask that. I'll insert that here on how much it costs. But yeah, huge fan. Okay, I almost turned this off, but then there is one very important test that I have been doing all week. It's my Scot patented baseball cap test. So I wear a lot of hats, and I am learning as I drive all of these different EVs that if I put a hat on and theoretically, if I was to not look at the eye tracking whatever, it doesn't realize that I'm not looking. So I know some of them like look at your eyes and some of them look at your face. Anyways, I'm gonna slap this bad boy on and show you guys what I'm talking about. Right around this corner. So we can go ahead and, oh, little hat ski. Wow, that is the Worst way anybody has ever put on a hat. All right, we're gonna re-put it on because that was uncomfy. I don't know how I did that little number. Okay, this poor Mazda needs to get around me. You can totally go everywhere around me. Okay. All right, so got my hat on. And now I am going to click it on. And I'm gonna look at you guys. And it has no idea that I am not looking at it. Oh, it did. Okay. So if I look this way, I'm wondering if it can catch this eye, but if I'm like looking, so right now, this might be a sharp turn for it. No, I think we're good. We're at a very low speed in a very not highly trafficked area. So yeah, I'm looking down here at the water bottle. It is not saying anything to me. And then if I turn left, yeah, I'm staring straight out here and it's not saying anything. So I wonder if I look over here, is it gonna see me? I think because it can see my face. Ooh, it is not. Oh, it says pay attention. Now it's getting mad. Okay. There's that test. I have not disabled it yet. Like I haven't made it where it won't work for me because I don't test that often, but yeah. Not that you should ever not look at the road. As I said previously, you should always be looking at the road. But in theory, if you were to not do that, you could be fine. Okay, so since I recorded that video, I came home and I did a lot of research, a lot more. I went like down a rabbit hole because I just couldn't stop. So I first want to start off by saying the software is called OpenPilot. I don't know why I was calling it OpenAI. So we are running OpenPilot version 0.9.9. So sorry for that little slip of the tongue. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, I was very curious about costs. So that Comma.3X hardware is going to retail for $999 US. And then you also have to purchase a separate vehicle specific harness. So that's going to run you about $99. So all in, you're looking at $1,100 US to get this system. Now, I'm pretty cynical and I was like, I know this OpenPilot has a subscription. And I was like, it's going to be ridiculous, whatever. It turns out OpenPilot is free. So if you are like me and most general users and you just want your car to drive you on unmapped roads, this is a great option. But they also offer Comma Prime, which is a subscription-based model. So that is $24 a month. And we do have that in Kyle's truck. That's going to give you access to enhanced logging, some fleet features, and some longer history retention. So for a company like Out of Spec, where we are curious about the data and that's what we want to review, that's an option. But I would say for most users, you certainly don't need that. So very refreshing to hear about that. And then I did some more digging on OpenPilot purely out of curiosity because the system works so well. And I was curious, how long does it take to collect data and develop and, refine that? So they have been testing this system since November of 2016. And they've used a combination of automated tests, hardware in the loop rigs, simulation, neural model validation, and real-world feedback loops, which provides a ton of data for training and refinement. And they've actually logged over 90 million miles across 6,000 or more users. So that is a lot of data to work with. And then that made me ask the question, okay, well, as a developer, like how are these people
able to just comb through that much data. And they actually have the ability to replay the logged drives on PC using recorded CAN, sensor, camera, and model outputs. And then that allows them to fix it and test it. So really interesting. I'm very curious how this will develop over time, and will it be able to be like an FSD competitor? Can it make turns? You know, will it be able to read where I want to go and make those turns? I don't know. Yeah, I hope you guys found this useful. And as always, I hope you have a great day and catch me on the next one.